My name is Siera Bearchell. I was Miss Universe Canada 2016, which is how a lot of people know me. Now I'm super active on YouTube, doing all kinds of different videos, from pageant related videos to vlog style. I also work with a lot of different brands on Instagram, so some may say influencer or content creator. And I'm also a mom to an adorable little toddler named Lily. And lastly, I am a law school graduate from the University of Saskatchewan. I would describe myself as someone who always wants to be doing something. I am not good at just sitting back and relaxing, which may be a strength and may also be a weakness because I need to recharge my batteries sometimes and I don't really take the time to do that. I've always wanted to have a goal that I'm working towards, whether that was pageantry, then it became law school, and then as a mother, it became motherhood and also being able to still pursue the things I'm passionate about: business, social, pageantry. And so I would say overall I'm the kind of person who's always trying to chase after something, attain a goal. And I guess I'm always in doing that, I'm always improving myself or hoping to improve myself and become better and find areas that I can, I guess, just take myself on a personal level to the next level. I was involved in pageants for 8 years and then I'm still involved in them. I never would have thought I would still be involved in the pageant world after being in the pageant world, but that is certainly one of my passions. I love seeing women from around the world competing for different titles, whether it be Miss Universe Canada, Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss International. I find it so exciting to learn about different women from around the world, what they're doing with their lives, their titles, and basically just seeing how the pageant world can contribute to different goals that we have in society, whether that be empowering and inspiring women, working towards other social justice issues. I really find it fascinating, and that is definitely my biggest passion. One day when I was 16 years old, I was scrolling Facebook and I saw a Facebook ad and it was for Miss Teen Saskatchewan. And I had never really considered pageantry. I didn't really know a lot about pageants. I had never actually watched Miss Congeniality, but I read the ad and it said something about being a leader in your community and doing things that are important to you, raising money and awareness for causes that resonate with you. And so I thought this would be an amazing opportunity. And for those who don't know, we actually lost our home to a house fire around that time. And so the Red Cross had helped us out quite a bit. And I thought, what a perfect way to be able to potentially give back to the Red Cross and help out other families like ours. And so I entered this Miss Teen Saskatchewan and I ended up winning. And then I went on to win Miss Teen Canada World, and then later it was second runner-up at Miss Teen World. And from there, I got to see all the amazing opportunities that the pageant world offers. I got to travel to Kenya, Africa, help build a school. I got to speak at a couple of huge events in front of 16,000 young people in Toronto, Vancouver, all at 16 years old. And so from there, I thought, if this is the opportunities at the teen level, what could be at the Miss Universe level? And so I decided to enter Miss Universe Canada in 2013 when I was 20 years old. I didn't win. I was first runner-up, so I jokingly say I was the first loser. And then I decided to compete again in 2016 and I ended up winning. And I had two very different experiences. In 2013, I really tried to be what I thought they wanted me to be. I was trying to be as skinny as possible and just trying to fit the mold that I believed was set out for pageant contestants. And I really lost myself in the process when I competed in 2013. So when I decided to go back in 2016, I wanted to do it my way. I wanted to be my most healthy mentally and physically. And I ended up winning, which was exciting. But from there, to go from Miss Universe Canada to Miss Universe, it was a roller coaster. I had people telling me that I had everything it took to win Miss Universe, but I didn't have the Miss Universe body. I was told that my body was, not acceptable and too big and too fat and all these different things. And I would have been about a size 6, size 8. And that was hard for me to hear because I had reached that place where I felt super strong mentally and physically. People around the world were trying to tell me that I basically wasn't good enough the way that I was. They were calling me everything from fat, whale, obese, told me I was promoting obesity. And that was challenging because I didn't see myself that way. And when other people are trying to tell you who they think you are and you don't see yourself in that same light, it can be challenging. But once again, I really tried to rise above that and realize that those people are trying to bring me down for whatever reason. They're not happy. They're trying to make themselves feel better by bringing me down. And so that was challenging, but I was able to really grow from that in terms of how I view myself, and that I really love and value who I am. And I think it forced me to look at myself in a different light and appreciate who I am, what my body looks like, and that I may not look like everyone else, but that's just life. We don't all look the same, and that's what makes us beautiful and unique. But I ended up just staying true to myself, going to Miss Universe and representing myself, Canada, and basically any other woman around the world who had ever felt like she wasn't good enough. Look in the mirror and think about the things that you love about yourself, because I think so often, I do this too, I look in the mirror and I think, oh my gosh, I'm starting to get a smile line, oh, I'm getting a wrinkle here, and I'm looking at these things that society tells me to fix, to change, that are not seen as beautiful. And so to look in the mirror and be like, oh, I love my eyes, my lips look good today, or I'm having a good hair day. To give those little compliments to ourselves is actually huge, and positive self-talk is so important. And these things seem very simple, but they have really big impact. So basically looking in the mirror and shifting that self-talk from the negative to looking more at the positive. Another thing that I would want women around the world to know, and this is something that I always have to remind myself, is in a few years from now, whether that be 2, 3, 5, 10 years, will we wish that we had spent our time worrying about what we look like, what size we are, going to the gym X days a week, or will we want to be really living in the moment, loving life, and just enjoying and not thinking about all these little things? Because I think we get caught up in believing we could lose another 5 pounds or 10 pounds, and we don't live in the now and just take in life in general. So yeah, looking forward and looking back and allowing ourselves to just be, and not always feel like we could be different or be happier if our bodies changed. For me, how I shifted my mindset from working out to look a certain way to then working out for a different purpose, it was to look at my body as basically an instrument rather than an ornament. And by that, I always think of what my body can do, what I'm capable of. I'm able to walk down the street or run down the street, and not everyone is so fortunate or so able. And so by really focusing on what I'm able to do, what my body is capable of, that has really shifted my mindset personally. And in terms of diet culture and feeling like I need to eat certain things, I think I lived so long feeling like, oh, I shouldn't have that donut, but I should have this, or what I shouldn't and should have. Whereas now, if I want to eat a pastry or a donut, I just have it, enjoy it, carry on, and then I'll think, oh, I'll make sure I get in some extra greens later on. So rather than having that punishment mindset that I should or shouldn't have something, I simply just enjoy, move on, get in some extra nutrition in a different area, and that's it. The importance of representation is for others to be able to see, hey, that person looks like me. That was one of the biggest comments that I had when I was at Miss Universe, after Miss Universe, is that women told me, I watched Miss Universe 2016, I looked on my TV and I saw someone that looked like me, and that has never happened. That still gives me goosebumps now, because I never thought of representation that way. I never thought of seeing something and thinking, oh wow, she looks like me. Now I can go and do something that I've been afraid to do. People would tell me that seeing me on that stage allowed them to have the courage to go to the beach. Not go to the beach in a bikini, not go to the beach in a bathing suit, just simply go to the beach, because that feeling of going to the beach gave them fear, because they're like, I don't belong here. And so knowing that I was able to allow people to do things in their life that they wouldn't normally do just by seeing me, someone that looked different, representing a different body type, was pretty incredible. So representation is so important in everything. So I decided to go into law school because I really had an interest, and I still have an interest, in social justice issues, as well as being able to use my voice to make changes, whether that be changes for myself, changes for society, changes for others. And one thing I learned when I was in law is that you don't necessarily have to be a lawyer to use your law degree. So now I have not articled, so I'm not technically a lawyer, but I use my law degree every single day. It just doesn't seem like it. So as a lawyer, you advocate for others, you advocate for businesses, and I do that every day for myself and for my business. And so I'm using my law degree in ways people wouldn't traditionally expect. Being in the public eye in any capacity definitely has its challenges. In the social media influencer content creator space, it's so much fun, but definitely you put yourself in a position where you can be judged by others, and people are not afraid to share that judgment with you via DMs, comments, whatever it may be. Sometimes it's hard for me to deal with some of the comments, especially when it's something about Lily. When they make some kind of comment about her, that definitely bothers me. But I always have to remind myself that whatever they say, it says more about them than it does about me. So when they try to call me out on something I'm saying, something I'm doing, the way I look, I always think happy people don't try to bring others down. So this person is unhappy in some area of their life. They're trying to shed that onto me. And if I fall into that pressure that they're putting on me to feel unhappy, they've achieved what they were trying to do. Entering the world of motherhood was definitely shocking in its different ways, and it is for everyone, I think. The thing that is so different is that you're used to walking out your front door, doing whatever you want to do, whether you're going for coffee, a meeting, this or that, school, work. And then when you have a baby, you have to think about 1,000 million things when you walk out the door. There's always something to be thinking about, preparing, there's just so much. So I think that transition is shocking, and that was a little hard for me. But it is so incredible and cool to see this small human go through the changes of life, go through all the different, to go from being able to do nothing to speaking and playing and engaging in a year and a bit. It's crazy, the growth that you see with your children. So that's really cool. And then it's so much fun. It's very challenging, very, very challenging, but so much fun. We have been able to take Lily to a bunch of different places. She went to Miss Universe. She got to see Zozibini Tunzi of South Africa win Miss Universe 2019. She's been to a lot of different places, so that's all been really fun. And I think what I've really learned is that you can still pursue the things that you love and be a mother. I think we're often told that either you have to choose or you can be it all, whereas I think there's a line in between that most of us fit into, because you can have and do it all, but there's boundaries. You can't do all the things all the time. And so being a mother, yeah, it's definitely, it's hard. What I hope for my daughter is to know that she can do what she wants to do, whether that be things that she's interested in, whether that's in school, whether that is certain friends that she can have or not have to have. I think for me and for many young women, we're so often trying to impress people or trying to be a people pleaser and do what people want us to do. And I want her to know that she doesn't have to. She can set boundaries for herself in friendships, in relationships, in school, in her hobbies. We all have the power to say no. We have the power to say yes. And I want her to know that she can set those boundaries for herself and ultimately do what she wants to do, because it is her life to create.